What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the Chevelle. As you can see, I got the floor pans in it, got it coated. I used the Rust-Oleum coating on there. It's about half the price and it seemed to lay down pretty good. It's not as thick as I thought it would be, but I put a couple coats on there, so it turned out good. It's not pretty. And it's not bad, but it's not pretty, but I'm gonna cover it up with carpet, and I don't care what it looks like underneath. It's sturdy, it's gonna hold up. So we're just gonna send it. But today, we're working on this deck filler piece. So obviously I've got my old one cut out, but I'm gonna show you how to take the old one out. Well, I'm gonna explain it to you. And it's pretty easy once you get in and get started on it. So on my old one, just imagine a lot of rust. Crusty, dusty, and rusty, son. It was bad. So anyways, I didn't know how to even start to remove this piece because obviously you don't want to tear the rest of your car up. So to start with, along these edges, along this edge, right here, and all along this edge, I took my Metabo and just cut this whole center piece out all the way down. This piece right here, I could tell that it wasn't welded on this side, so I went ahead and cut it all the way down. I got it to where I could really see what's going on. Once I got that center piece out, I can see what's really going on with it. I could tell that I had spot welds right here and right here. Spot welds all the way down on both sides. If yours is rusty like mine was, very rusty, you ain't gonna have to drill all those spot welds out. I took a chisel and a hammer and just carefully worked them out, and it actually wasn't bad at all. When I got done, I had a couple spot welds left. I just took my Metabo and smoothed them off, and that's how I removed it. Wasn't too bad, but just knowing where the spot welds are at really could help you. What I'm gonna do now, I took a buffing wheel and cleaned this area up a little bit because hopefully I never see it again, but I want some paint on it so it'll be protected. I know that along this area and this area, I'll have to spot weld my new piece in. So for up here and down here where I have my spot welds, I'm gonna put a coat of weld through primer on it. I'm gonna let it dry, come back with some 1-inch masking tape and just cover that spot where my spot welds will be. Everything else, I'm gonna rattle can the heck out of it and get a good coat of paint on it. I'll probably go ahead along this far and get my buffing wheel and clean this up and go ahead and put a coat of paint on that while we're here. So let's roll with it. So this here is some weld through primer. I put this everywhere that I'm gonna have a spot weld or a weld, and it works pretty good. So like I said, I'm gonna put this weld through primer where I'm gonna have those spot welds. It's not laying down great, probably because it's cold, so I'm gonna set this can in the sun for a little while. So I've had this can sitting in the sun for about 30 minutes now. I'm gonna see if it helped it any. Yeah, it's better. So I just put the primer on the spot where I have the spot welds. Everything else will be black. I'm gonna give this a few minutes to dry. Masking tape these areas. Go ahead and set my black paint in the sun. That way it'll paint good. So check back in a few. So one thing I gotta do is drill my holes in this deck filler piece for my spot weld. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and can't do nothing else, gotta wait on paint to dry. So get that done real quick. I got the holes drilled. I did 3/8 up here and a 1/4 inch on the bottom by the trunk. 3/8 holes on the top, 1/4 inch holes down there for where the trunk is. Put a few more holes down here because it's not gonna be as much of a weld as I get on the top. So there it is, getting closer. This stuff here dries pretty fast, so I'm gonna go ahead and get me some masking tape put on that so I can start throwing some black on it. Didn't have any 1-inch masking tape. So,
pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, no, no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my save.
all right, now I just gotta hurry up and wait for this paint to dry. Let it get a little bit tacky, I'll pull my masking tape out. But yeah, hurry up and wait now. All right, so I got all this painted, it's all good and dry. I'm gonna go ahead and set my deck filler piece in and start seeing if I can get it fit up. This here is where you really gotta take your time and get it right because something will be out of whack if you don't. My trunk hinge mounts, where they mount, or I guess these deck filler supports that mount to the inner fender welds on both sides are not welded in yet. I left that out. Also, where the front of this connects to the inner fenders, that's not welded in yet. I wanted to have this piece tacked in completely before I welded those in. I want to be sure this fits great. With the trunk closed and the interior in the car, you can't see those. You can see this. So I'm gonna start trying to fit it up.
Need a meal, getting to it before I hopped up off the block. I was still going through.
Like this, you want to be sure and have you an assortment of clamps because you really need them.
Dropping buckets, yeah, like it's nothing. In the kitchen chopping onions, yeah, tears falling down.
I think what I'm going to have to do is get this piece tacked into place, and then my final adjustments will be those welds down there.
Tears falling down, underdog is finally overcoming, baby. Yeah, I'm dropping buckets. Drop some cash for me, don't worry about my past for me. I'm driving with no gasoline, this life I live's a fantasy. Yeah, I do this for my dogs, all my day ones and my family. My life gon' live through them if I end up in any tragedies. I hope y'all understand this shit got bigger cause it had to be. I always knew I had it, but just not at this capacity. I recognize the gravity, closer to the summit, stacking chips and counting nuggets. I've been stunting.
All right, so I got it all tacked in. So I clean the welds up. All these spot welds are made and these spot welds are made, so that's in there. I'm gonna come back and drill probably 2 holes here for a spot weld and weld all that up good. Same thing on this side over here. Drill me a couple spot weld holes, give me a clamp and just close that gap and weld that up. And then where these go right here to the trunk, where these go to the inner fenders, I got them tacked up there, but I'm gonna get my buffing wheel and clean it up good. That way I can get some good welds where I drilled all those old spot welds out. Right there, on both sides. And then I'll have this side over here left where these are. I wanted to do that last, but those are very minor. So while my paint was drying on the back, I ripped all this off the front. There's my grill and all that stuff over there. I'm gonna roll this thing outside, clean the firewall up real good, pressure wash everything, probably hit some of it with a wire wheel, and get a fresh coat of black paint on all this. And then, got this little bit of rust right here to fix. I might just wait on it. So, after I get everything done underneath the hood, all this pressure washed and painted good, I'm gonna change the look of this thing a lot because I'm gonna put the drag radials, the skinnies, and the new rims on it. And this thing is gonna start looking like a car again very soon. Got the big block Chevy in here. Oh, got the big block right there. Some AFR 335 heads over there. So I'm finally starting to see some light here, and I'm really happy with the progress I'm making. So y'all stay tuned, and this thing will be hopefully coming along pretty soon. Yeah, this looks kind of junky right now, so I started pulling the dash out, and that lower dash is being a booger so far. It's gonna be more of a race car though. No heater, no air conditioner, none of that. So I gotta get all that out from under the dash anyway. So I'm just gonna pull the whole thing out. Anyways, I know I'm just rambling at this point. So this is gonna be all for today. Y'all stay tuned because I'm finally making progress on this car. Thank y'all for watching.